My name is Taye Howell. I'm from Indianapolis, about to be Chicago very soon. I'm a bartender. I started watching The Bowl, the very first iteration of it, the American version with Anderson Cooper, who also may have been one of my first crushes, if I recall. And I've continued to watch The Bowl. I love the new Netflix series. I think they're doing a good job of honoring the original series. Yeah, I'm excited to play. I've never really played this format, so I'm interested to see how I'll do. As far as a player in this game, I think what people are going to see from me is that I will be thinking outside of the box. I'm not going to be playing this game like you would expect someone to play this game. As far as a player in this game, there's going to be times where I'm going to be a team player because my competitive side is going to come out. But if there's any opportunity for me to play selfishly, I'm probably going to take it. I think my main motivation is the glory of winning. Like, I love winning. I'm super competitive. The money would be nice, but I want to put on a show. I am a gambling man, and you should bet that I am not the mole.
My name is Kim Swope. I'm from a little town called Loganville, Georgia. It's between Athens and Atlanta, and I'm a real estate broker. So I didn't start watching The Bowl until last year. I had a friend reach out to me 3 weeks before their game. They had someone drop and asked me if I wanted to do it. I was like, well, what's The Bowl? And so she sent me links to watch it. I watched the seasons, and I was like, I'm in. Let's try it. A skill or talent that I think might be unique or just that I will bring to this game is my years of experience of playing Will, and being able to pivot from one direction to another direction when I was, if I was evil, trying to hide out of the evil, or if I'm good, trying to pull people out and get them to talk to me so I can figure out what they are. I do not see myself as a selfish player. I'm definitely more of a team player. I am more of the put it all out there. And so that's kind of how I play. I don't hide or run. I'm not the two man board, but I think I can hide very, very well. Because I started my own deception convention based completely online. People always think I'm a lie to them, but I'm not the mole.
My name is Mark. I'm from Montreal, and I'm an art teacher. I started watching the first season of The American Bowl, and I never stopped. It's unfortunate with what it devolved into, but I kept watching it. I watched the Netflix reset, and I've always loved the game. It's always been my favorite reality TV show. I think a talent that I bring to this game is that I'm naturally very suspicious. People's first impression of me is not to trust this guy. And in this game, I think having that aura of mystery, I would call it intrigue. That's my skill. I think that's really important and an asset to getting through this. Throughout this game, I plan to be myself, which is very, very selfish. I've been told that by friends, by family, by lovers, and so why change that? How good of a liar am I? I like for fun. But I'm very honest about it. I don't know why I derive so much joy from it, but I think part of it is just me thriving chaos. So, do I plan on lying? No, I don't plan on it. I think it just is going to happen. If these players are focused on me, they're missing the mark. I'm not the mole.
All right, I'm Nathan. I'm 22. I'm an area manager at Amazon in Columbus, Ohio. My mole level fandom, I'm a super fan. I've seen all the seasons, a few internationals here and there. So very thrilled to be here. I know all the ins and outs, and let's see what I can do. I think a skill I bring to this game is that I'm exceptional at lying. I have no problem throwing chaos into the game, telling anyone what they need to hear at any moment, and controlling any perceptions around me to my advantage. Ooh. I plan to be selfish or a team player? I think, what do you think? I think I'm very selfish. I plan to take the title, and that's what I came here to do. In terms of sussing out the mole, I think that it's going to be the small nuances that people aren't taking note of. It's going to be those small instances where the mole is slipping up, might interfere with production. It might be those small instances where maybe I'm paying attention, I'm being more detail oriented, and I'm taking notes and they're not, and that'll give me the edge. Chaos is king, and I'm the heir to the throne, but I'm not the mole.
My name is Ethan. I'm from Boston, and I am a software engineer. So I don't really have much of a history with watching games like The Mole. Outside of, I did watch the first season of Subversion, because my friend was in it. But just from watching that, it felt like more of the kind of game that I'm, I guess, interested in playing. I think something that makes me go through The Mole is, it's kind of a weird one, but I think that I am not 100% trustworthy even when I'm being 100% trustworthy. And I feel like you need to have, whether you're the mole or not the mole, there needs to be some like mystery about you in order to like keep people guessing, because you don't want people to think you are the mole or like 100% not the mole. And I feel like no matter what I do, I feel like I'm just innately somewhere in that in between, and I think that should help. So in terms of selfishness or selflessness, I feel like I am going to lean more towards selfish, just because it's a game where everyone is kind of on their own, even though there's only like one mole and everyone else has the same pot. It's like, well, only one person's getting it. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to me. I'm coming into this game trusting no one but myself, because I am not the mole.
My name is Benson Crachio. I live in Boston, and I'm an engineer. I've watched both seasons of The Mole on Netflix, and I played season 4 of Subversion online. A skill I bring to this game is challenge prowess, whether it's puzzles or physical or skill or teamwork. I can win these challenges when I want, and I can throw them when I don't want to win. I am instinctively a team player. I want everyone to believe I'm a team player, but I'm going to be incredibly selfish in key moments. I'm going to be getting advantages when I need them and when I want them. I'm a pretty good liar. I can lie when I have something I believe in and a mission that I want to accomplish, and I have a specific objective. Lying off the cuff, I think I might struggle a little bit with. I think my instinct is to tell the truth. That's what I'm good at. And I think I will be able to twist that a little bit in my favor without telling outright lie after outright lie. Everybody in this game is going to want to play with me. They won't be sure if they should play with me, but I'm not the mole.
My name is Taye. I'm from Los Angeles, California. And what do? I do a lot of things. I'm an artist. My day job is very not interesting, so I will not be talking about that. I can't wait to see my coworker. I told them I was doing this weekend. My history with watching The Mole. I've watched The Mole season 1 on Netflix. I haven't seen the second season because I had to get rid of my Netflix because I was on my mom's account. And I have been a very active viewer for the live game of Subversion season 1, but a very bad viewer of the online version of the game. But I always played the GWAG, and I always forgot to take my quiz. Skill I think I bring to this game, it's not really a skill, it's more of just like who I am as a person. I found that people naturally find me very suspicious, and I think I'll use that to my advantage in this game. And I'm also not the best at challenges, so although I won't have to try and sabotage anything, I would just naturally be bad at it. I plan to be fucking selfish in this game because I have to be. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat people naturally at quizzes, so I'm going to take an exemption right away. I'm going to take +1. I'm trying to leave with money no matter what, so if there's $50, I'm taking it. I'm trying to get an Apple Watch. Here's the thing. I don't enjoy lying as a person in my real life because I think I'm a really good liar and that I can hurt people, my friends and stuff, by lying, but I guess that's a good thing now. I'm a pest you won't be able to get rid of, but I'm not the most.
Hi folks, my name is Carson. I am from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I am a medical student, a former child model, an escape room employee, and an all-around gaslighter. Well, I'm a big fan. Anderson Cooper, from the get-go, was setting the standard for hosting, I think, at the time. The Mole is such an interesting format. I think that the main thing that I take away from watching The Mole is this sense of uncertainty that I don't see in other games, and I think that's what grabs me so much about it. I love the Netflix reboot. I love seeing the Minneapolis representation with Muna. She did great. And I think I'm going to be pretty well prepared for this game. You know, I always say in real life that I'm an extremely charismatic person who has a genuine interest in knowing people, and that helps me get far because I connect with people really fast. It just so happens in these games, I can use that to my advantage, and I know when to pull the carpet out from underneath people that I befriended very fast. So I love chatting. I love asking questions about people. The information about them is stored in my brain. It's just sometimes I use that information and I weaponize it a little bit in the setting, not real life. I plan to be extremely selfish in this game. If I've learned anything watching The Mole, the way that you win is other people mess up on your quizzes. All right? That's how you win The Mole. You can be the best mole searcher on the planet, but if everybody's guessing the right person, you're screwed. So I'm going to go after every advantage I need to get further in this game. I'm going to make sure that people screw up, and I'm going to do it with a smile on my face, and I think people will actually still like me at the end of it. I think I'm an excellent liar, and I think that comes from a place of honesty. I'm often telling people the truth so that they get to know me, and I can very carefully pick when I introduce lies. People will trust me in this game, and that trust is going to come at their downfall because I'll pick the perfect moment to introduce a extremely believable lie and send them back in. My name is Simona, and I am not the liar. You are going to be convinced that I'm the mole, but I am not the mole.
My name is Sam. I am from Columbus, Ohio, and I am unemployed. I am not much the Mole girly. I have not really watched the Mole in my adult life at all, but I did watch it a lot with my family growing up, but I have basically zero recollection of that experience. I did also play one game of the Mole online with some of my friends relatively recently, but it was deeply unserious and I didn't try very hard, and somehow still ended up getting second place. So we'll see if that maybe is an advantage for me in this game. I can't imagine it will be though.
Perfect. What is a unique talent, skill, or strategy do you bring to this game?
I think that something unique about me that will be an advantage for me in the game is that I'm a deeply polarizing person. I am either loved or hated by pretty much everyone that I meet, and I think that that will make me someone who's naturally very sus, and I think that other people will find really shady just because I'm bound to yell at someone within the first few hours of the game. So I think that when people see that about me, it's going to make me a person that they're constantly thinking about, either in a positive or negative way. When it comes to a game like The Mole, I think there's a very clear dichotomy of people who come in playing like a team player and people who come in playing incredibly selfish. And I really don't see a point in being a team player in a game like The Mole because only one person wins, so why am I going to help you do better? I think that naturally I'm smarter and better than most people at most things, so I don't think I'm going to need as much help as other people to do well, so I intend to play selfishly. I think that lying comes in a lot of forms, and the type of lying that I particularly am good at is avoiding the truth or leaving pieces out. So lying by omission rather than outwardly lying to people and telling them something false. Because when you tell a falsehood, it's trackable. I can prove you wrong, but if I leave something out and say, oh my god, I just forgot, or I didn't know, or it slipped my mind, people can't prove whether that's true or not. So I think that it's an easier workaround, and I'm very good at that form of lying. Love me or hate me, but I'm not the Mole.
Well,
My name is Madeline. I'm 21 years old. I live in College, Maryland, and I'm a student. Live Season 1 was actually my first ever experience with The Mole. I watched it because I had a lot of friends of the season, and as soon as I watched it, I texted my friends. I go, how does this game work? And as they were explaining to me as I was watching, I became a lot more invested in the game. I became a lot more invested in the strategy behind it. And because I had been such a big fan of Survivor for so long, I really wanted an experience playing a different format. I think oftentimes because of my general demeanor, I don't think that people always see me as really smart, but I consider myself a really smart individual. And I think that my ability to strategize and my ability to think ahead and hopefully my observation skills that I think will be put to the test through this will do me well. And I think that I can bring a fun energy to the game while also taking it really seriously and also being able to really kind of dive into it with my full head first. I definitely tend to be selfish. I don't consider myself a very selfish individual, but I think in a situation like this, it will serve me well to do what's best for me and my game first. I am a bad liar. I am not a very good liar, but I am a good, not truth teller. I think that I am really good at skirting around the truth without actually lying. So I think that I will hopefully be able to be a little sneaky, but my general demeanor is kind of sneaky. I'm not really sure why. I'm ready to cause some chaos. I'm ready to stir the pot, even though I am not. I don't know how to read. My name is Shilpa. Where am I from? I currently live in Los Angeles, California. I'm originally from New York. And what do I do for work? I teach high school kids. I'm a teacher. The only history I have with the mole is I was on the production of a self-made mole in high school. We did 3 seasons. I was the quizmaster and I did the gossip camera. So whenever people would get eliminated, I would just go up to them and say, "Are we sad that John left?" And people would usually say no. And then I would try to rile people up. It was mostly just people from our high school, to be honest. And then one season it was people from college, and that was like, who are they? And then I played an online version of the mole, like completely online over COVID, and I won. I worked with autistic kids for the past like 3 years as a teacher. And a lot of that is like behavior analysis, like not in the sense of like I'm making them do something, but in the sense of a lot of them are non-speaking or they don't have the highest of communication levels yet. And so I have to really be like in hone with their body language and trying to figure out what they need and just like teaching them social emotional skills. And so like I think I'm really good at reading people. I'm also a water sign. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun, Virgo, and Cancer rising. So I'm like water, but also a perfectionist. I don't really plan on being selfish. I don't think it's innate to me or myself to be selfish. I might try it out, but I feel like I'm just gonna try to be myself as much as I can and hope that people are like, this girl cannot be this bananas, and use that to my benefit instead. I don't know, maybe I might be selfish in the moment, but if I usually go with my gut, it's to not be selfish. I'm usually a team player. I'm actually a great liar. I almost want to say pathological when I was younger, because I grew up with strict Indian parents, and so anything I did was like insane to them. Like they were like, you can't do that. And so I just grew up lying to just do normal things, like go to Craig's house and like play Mario Party or like go get ice cream. I'm not the mole. I saw Goody Proctor with the ball.
Hey guys, my name is Ben. I am from Ohio, and I am a manager over a team of analysts, so I'm a very analytical person. Okay, so my history with the mole. I am a super fan of the mole. I hosted my own YouTube series of the mole back in my college days, so probably about 17 years ago. I did 4 of those. I've helped and played in a lot of mole productions, both like online and LRGs. So I'm just like a big fan. I don't know yet what my strategy is going to be for this game. I can be very like logical and strategic about my approach, but I'm also very adept. And right now I'm just gonna kind of wing it, feel things out, see how I want to play this game. I've never really played a villain before, so I'm contemplating that as an approach. And I have a couple of ideas in my head about here are things I could do that I've never seen done in a full game before. But it's gonna be like a Rolodex where I might pull it out if I feel like it, if it fits the scenario, if it's how I want to play the game. So I kind of have like a approach depending on where we're at in the game. Early stages, definitely leaning towards being a team player. I want to earn that trust. Mid to late stages is maybe when I might switch that if I think I really need something to guarantee my survival. But again, it kind of also like just depends on the situation. If I liked being a team player, if it makes me feel good, I might continue that even through the end game. This sounds awful to say, but I think I am a phenomenal liar. Back in my college days, which again, 17 years ago, I started a mafia club, a werewolf club. We play werewolf and mafia every single week. My senior project was on lie detection. So I feel like with that experience, I have learned a lot. And I also feel like I've learned a lot in terms of how to kind of detect if someone is not being genuine with me, but also recognizing in a game like this,
there could be multiple reasons someone is not being genuine with you. It might not necessarily mean that they're the mole. I have a lot of experience in deceiving people and lie detection, but I am not the mole.
My name is Sarah. I am originally from Michigan, but I live in San Diego right now, and I'm a senior financial analyst at a pretty big startup. So my first foray into the mole realm was when it came out on Netflix, like the US season that came out on Netflix. I think it was like a couple of years ago, and that was the one where Crachio was the mole. So that was the first time I'd ever seen the mole concept. I'd never known what it was before. And then I also watched season 2, which came out more recently, and that's my only experience with the mole. I think what's really going to help me in this game are my social skills, just because I am a very friendly person. I don't think I'm very intimidating. I think people will want to talk to me and discuss strategy with me. And so I'll be able to pick up a lot of information from different people, just being a friendly face around here. And I'm also very observant. I was like a very quiet kid growing up, and I was very much like the observer in the corner of the room. And I've still kind of like kept some of those traits with me to this day, even though I'm not as quiet anymore. So I'll definitely be seeing what Joe in the corner is doing when I'm talking to someone else. I'll be able to pick up on things that are going on around me. When it comes to being selfish or selfless, I feel like in a game setting, I tend to be a little more selfish. Just because, like, come on, in this game, like, you're all trying to win here. So if there's like an exemption up for grabs, something like that, I think I'm definitely going to be a little selfish. So I feel like I'm a good liar, but then I feel like multiple of my friends have said I'm a terrible liar. So now I don't really know what the vibe is anymore. I feel like I'm pretty good at thinking on my feet, so I can like get myself out of situations by talking. But how believable that is, I think it comes down to whoever I'm talking to. Some people say I am, some people say I'm not. So, like, I may be a slimy finance bro, but I'm not one.
My name's Matt Pavlovich. I'm from Texas originally, and then New York, and then LA. And I produce competitions for reality competition shows. Big Brother is the main one, and then I work on some other shows here and there in between. I think I started watching the original first season of The Ball towards the end of the season and loved it. And then when the second season came out, I was so excited and watched all of it. And was very surprised and excited by who the mole ended up being. And then I didn't watch it for a long time. I found out there was a mole season in like 2008 that I had missed. So at some point I watched that, and I watched the Netflix ones. So yeah, I'm definitely, I haven't seen all the international seasons, but I've seen the stuff in the US seasons of the mole. And I posted 2 seasons of the mole, and I played in 1. So I've got some experience. I also love murder mysteries.
Perfect. What do you think is a unique talent?
I think I'm both very good at lying and at reading people, and I hope to bring both of them to the game. I plan to maybe like push people a little bit and see how that affects them. But I think I tend to be able to tell if people are nervous, kind of like why they might be nervous, and then also lie. I have no problem with lying, especially in a game when I'm told that I'm supposed to lie. I don't lie during my regular life usually, unless it's like for a funny prank, but I'll do it here all the time because it's part of the game. I tend to be extremely selfish in this game. I am probably leaning selfish just generally as a person. I was an only child. I've been single for a very long time.
I tend to look out for myself. That's not to say I'm a sociopath. I've got lots of close friendships and close relationships with my parents, but I am planning to be quite selfish. I would much rather me stay in this game as long as possible than work towards some sort of team goal. I'm a master manipulator. I'm great at lying. I plan to be extremely selfish, so that I am not.
Hi, I'm Nikki. I'm from the Netherlands. I live in Amsterdam, and I work as an annotator and tester. But I've watched the Dutch version of the mole basically my entire life. It's a pretty big program. And then I've also watched some of the mole and some Subversion, like Subversion. Something I'm bringing to this game is my enthusiasm. I think I will be so excited for everything, and I think that gives off a certain energy. People can interpret in so many different ways, which will make me unpredictable for the other players, which I think is a good thing. I think in the end I'm a selfish game player, and I think I want to win this game. I'm playing to win, so I will sabotage the challenge if I think it's going to be best for my game. I will also obviously want the pots to be high enough, but that's because I want to win, and if I win in the end, I want the highest. But no, yeah, I'm a team player in real life, but not in the game as well. I am not an amazing liar, so that is an issue. But I think I can skirt things and hide information. I think lying is a big thing, but I think hiding information is also very important. And I'm a blabbermouth also sometimes, but I think I can focus on that, and if I put my mind to it, I can hide information when necessary. I might have traveled 20 hours, but I'm not the mole.
Hello, Madeline. Hello, Sam. Hello, Carson. And welcome to Subversion Live.
I'm speaking on the walkie-talkie successfully. Apparently that's difficult.
I have this player claim to have ruined their classmates' snowman projects.
Oh, I had that.
Okay, so now you're on 13, so I'm gonna go to 13.
Did you guys find anything suspicious on your pavilions?
By pressing play, you have unleashed an exemption into the game.